of the last three meetings between Hillsdale and Lucas have been instant classics, with all three coming down to the final possession. Now, the Cubs and Falcons meet in a winner-go-home scenario, locking horns under the lights in Week 11. It's live and free playoff football from Jeromesville, streaming anywhere the internet can be found, taking over your eyeballs and eardrums. Next.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
It's back!
Down our street, our prices are really sweet. You'll save big all October. Don't delay, just hurry over
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500s during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome inside of the Fickes Furniture pregame, where we've already got Christmas sales going on in there, and Christmas come early for high school football fans tonight. A great local rivalry in the making. We got the Falcons playing at home tonight, the number 8 seed against Lucas. As I mentioned in the scene setter, 3 meetings between these two programs and 3 instant classics, Josh.
Yeah, 3 instant classics all games, like you said. It came down to the last possession. And we're in a game tonight, win or go home. I had the pleasure of calling Lucas last week, and they were in a situation where you felt like if they beat Arlington, they secured a home football game. They end up falling out of the top 8. Now they're out for revenge on these Hillsdale Falcons at Hillsdale, where they already played once this year and got beat.
And here are the Falcons out onto the field, ready to make their grand entrance as head coach Trevor Klein. What a job he's done since taking over his alma mater. Kind of holding them back for now, waiting for the right moment as the Cubs, it looks like, making their way out too. And speaking of Lucas, let's dive inside of their team spotlight tonight. Scott Spitzer, you want to talk about a guy doing a great job for a program. 10th straight year they've been in the postseason, and nothing flashy, Josh. Of course, they run that RPO style of offense, run people over.
Yeah, run people over. It's something that we've come to see since Coach Scott Spitzer took over the Lucas Cubs. I think the best part about this team is normally when you see a team averaging 280 yards a game, it's one back. that just dominates. They've got 3, and if you throw in Grayson Jackson running from the quarterback spot, they've got a 4-headed monster that runs the football for them.
But the guy that kind of stirs the pot for them, no question, their senior running back Logan Toms, over 1,200 yards rushing, great on the defensive side too, closing in on 100 tackles.
Yeah, closing in on 100 tackles. I think the best statistic, though, that I've looked at tonight is 171 carries, 1 fumble all season. He protects the football, and he runs hard, and that's why he's got almost 1,300 yards. He'll eclipse the 1,300-yard mark tonight.
Such a just tough, rough and tumble type of kid, and he kind of exudes what Lucas football is from top to bottom. Been a 4-year starter for them. You don't see too many of those, even though he did get hurt, I believe, his sophomore season. So the Falcons still waiting to make their grand entrance out here tonight. It is Halloween weekend, folks, and they're trying to put Lucas in their tombstone. As you take a look there at the paper they're going to run out of, oh, how about that in loving memory? At least they're showing a little bit of love.
You know, they're showing love to these Cubs. They're thinking in their heads, hey, we already beat them once. Now we're going to do it again on our home field, and we're going to play again in Week 12.
Show you what the Falcons have done so far this season, and for them, very similar to Lucas, 8 consecutive trips now into Week 11. In the last 4 games, they've looked really good, averaging almost 32 points per game, and all wins, of course, to be able to put themselves in a position to host in Week 11.
Yeah, hosting here in Falcon Country, Jeromesville, a beautiful new facility where they play really good football. It's going to be fun. 31 points a game. The Cubs don't give up many. The Falcons score a bunch.
And here is Lucas out onto the field, and they got a message for some of the lady friends of these Falcons out here. So the gamesmanship, it is on high alert here tonight, Josh, as the environment, the energy, it's palpable. You can feel it in the air here with the playoffs about to be underway.
Friday night football, playoff football, both stands are packed. There's a lot of people out here. The Cubs are taking the field. You see the Falcons getting ready to come out as well. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen tonight.
And here come the Hillsdale Falcons ready to burst through here at this fantastic brand new facility, as you mentioned. And I mean, I'm looking from top to bottom. There's not really an empty seat here on the home side. So, you know, a lot of local flavor to this game. Of course, 2 teams that have played each of the last 3 seasons, but never in the postseason. And for the Falcons, they've got a few guys that kind of have been, you know, the butter to their bread. But Braylon Jarvis, now that he's starting to get back and get pretty healthy, he's one of their more dynamic playmakers where he can catch the ball out of the backfield. They'll split him actually out into the slot quite a bit. He can run it. And oh, by the way, a very sure tackler.
Yeah, 90 tackles on the season, over 800 all-purpose yards, multiple touchdowns. What more do you ask for? And when you've got the quarterback that they have that can get Jarvis the ball, he's a very dynamic player. He's going to have to do dynamic things tonight if they want to beat these Cubs again this year.
Speaking of which, we'll dive into our keys to the game, and we'll begin with the Hillsdale Falcons. And for me, I feel like you've got to be multiple on offense. And Jarvis, probably the guy that's going to be one of those ship leaders in terms of navigating that because he does it all. And you love the quarterback and what Fickes brings to the equation. He's going to have to throw it, definitely going to have to run it.
Yeah, for me, slow down Toms. Logan Toms averages 124 yards a game, almost 8 yards a carry, 18 touchdowns. You slow down Logan Toms, you're the Hillsdale Falcons, you win this football game.
For the Lucas Cubs tonight, coming in here on the road, looking to steal one. I just feel like for them, time of possession is going to be their biggest, greatest strength. We've seen them on the season. They'll eat up 8, 9, 10 minutes on drives. If they can do that here on the road and finish those off with touchdowns, Josh, I think they're going to leave here with a lot of smiling faces.
Absolutely. And as I contain the edges, Fickes wants to get to the edge. Jarvis is one of those guys. He's going to catch a screen pass. He's going to be out in the slot. Contain the edges. Don't let these guys make big plays. Hold them to 3 or 4 yards of play, and you've got a chance to leave tonight with a victory.
Great look here at Logan Toms, who he plays special teams in his senior season. He will never come off of the field tonight. And when you're playing Division VII football, oftentimes you're going to need your top dudes playing on both sides of the football, being involved in the kicking game and the receiving and the special teams. So that's what I think kind of makes these smaller school rivalries special, Josh. That, you know, it's guys that they're giving their heart and soul out there on the field, and they're pretty dinged up when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I mean, blood, sweat, and tears is something we've always heard growing up when it comes to football. And these kids in these small schools, these Division VII schools, literally give blood, sweat, and tears to their fans, their teammates, and their coaches. 10 games of the year, 11, 12, so on and so forth, depending on how far they advance.
And that will wrap up our Fickes Furniture pregame show as we are just about set for high school football tournament action. Week 11 is here, folks. First 10 weeks seem to go by so fast, and then once you get into the postseason, everything is off the table in terms of your record, a win or go home. And in these 8-9 matchups, we'll see how big a deal home field advantage is, because you can kind of knife through just exactly how close these two teams are on paper.
Yeah, they're head-to-head on paper. They're about as even as it gets. One advantage that I will say I think the Lucas Cubs have is this man kicking off right here, Aiden Collar, is he's going to boot it deep through the end zone, something we've become accustomed to seeing him do this year.
So it'll set up our first Scout Construction first down of the night, and we'll get a chance to see this Falcons offense led by Mr. Jack Fickes. Having a phenomenal season, dual threat in every sense of the word, and a pretty good leader, I think, now in his senior season. A dude that they're looking to make plays, moving from his wide receiver position. Now he's a signal caller in his last year at the high school level.
Yeah, and he has stepped up phenomenally, moving from receiver to signal caller. He's got over 1,000 yards all-purpose and just does everything right.
On first down, they'll hand it off in a pretty nice hole to the outside, and this our player spotlight, Braylon Jarvis, bursting through for a decent gain.
Yeah, he got to the edge, and 8 yards, 7-8 yards on first down is not what you want to see for the Cubs. Great play call. Great job by the Falcons line to make the hole and do what needed to be done to get 8 yards on the first play of the game.
Falcons break the huddle. Two receivers to Fickes' left, tight end in tight on the right side. They'll bring a man in motion, that's Jarvis, and they'll run in behind him. Sure tackle there by Toms as Owen Sloan gets real close to first down yardage.
They're going to give it to him. They're going to give it to him. They're going to move the chains. First down for the Cubs. So they get first down in 2 plays. Not much more you can ask for this Falcons offense to start this game off.
And Sloan now, after missing a couple of games midway through the season, starting to take shape and give them that third dimension in the backfield that they need to be a really special offense. Trips this time. Fickes from the gun. And he'll hand it to Jarvis again, or excuse me, this is Sloan again. Driven rudely into the ground there by Braden Denny. Or Daniel Hawkinsmith, actually the leading tackler for Lucas, but another nice start here with the fresh set with a pickup of 9.
Yeah, 9 yards on first down, and they're getting to the edge at will right now. Those kick-out blocks, those seal blocks on the edge are doing a phenomenal job of hitting the outside linebackers, which for these Lucas Cubs are Logan Toms and Zach Deal. Two of the most sure tacklers on the team are the guys they have on the edge. Contain the edge. They're not doing it so far. They're going to have to step their game up defensively if they want to have a shot.
Single back set, Jarvis in motion. He's got the call. He's got the first down and more. Second level and fighting for extra yards before Kohler able to wrestle him down. And a first down for the Falcons.
Another 7 yards. They're averaging 7 yards a carry right now, doing everything they want to do. And they're just like the Cubs. That's what we were talking about. They're built the exact same way. They're not going to throw the ball downfield. They're going to run it down your throat out of this shotgun that they run. They're going to eat time off of the clock.
And so far, already 3 minutes have melted away here as they're approaching midfield. Two receivers to this near side. They'll run it that way with Sloan. And he does burst into Cubs territory. Another nice first down chunk for them. Not getting behind the sticks and putting themselves in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah, 6 yards on that carry for Sloan. He's got almost 800 yards on the season after being hurt. I mean, they've got a three-headed monster in the backfield just like Lucas does. Which defense wants to step up tonight and hit somebody and play smash-mouth football? that's who's going to win this game.
Both of these teams kind of specialize in that type of football. As the Cubs loading up the box now. Jarvis motions inside, goes outside. Breaking one tackle is Sloan. And then maybe picks up one there on the gain. So the first third down of this drive on the way here for the Falcons O.
Yeah, and that's a surprising missed tackle there by Toms in the backfield. He was back there with him. That's a loss of 3 or 4. Turns into a gain of 1. They're averaging 6 yards a play, so you wouldn't expect a 3rd and 4 to be a big deal. We'll see what happens.
There's Hawkinsmith in the defense. Looking to get a big stop here. 2 yards needed for the Falcons offense to get a fresh set of downs.
Bend but don't break. That's what Logan Toms called his defense last week.
Jarvis been very active motioning. And this time Sloan to the outside. He's got the first down before he's pulled down by Irby.
Sloan is the workhorse so far to start this game. His 5th carry already on this drive alone.
So a first down here for Lucas. Or the defense of Lucas to try to match up against, as Hillsdale has not attempted a pass just yet. And they won't hear option play. Fickes keeps it himself. Nice hole. And they'll move the sticks yet again.
That's going to be a 13-yard run by Fickes. Sweep, sweep, power, power. Fickes on a read option, keeps it, makes the right read, and gets a huge gain on first down for these Falcons.
Excellent opening drive, and this is kind of a taste of your own medicine if you're Lucas. This is what they've been accustomed to doing to their opponents, just marching down the field one run at a time, picking them up in chunks as Jarvis stutter steps inside, taking Toms for a little bit of a ride there. And it's another great start on first down.
6 yards. They are doing what they want to offensively right now. It'll be really interesting to see, again, we're D7 football. A lot of these kids that are out here right now for this, what's been already a 6-minute drive, are going to be right back out there on the defensive side of the ball. Just like for Lucas, these defensive kids are going to flip around and play offense.
Almost halfway through the first quarter already. As Fickes hands off, and Hawkinsmith read that one all the way. The Cubs' leading tackler makes the biggest play so far for that D.
6-yard loss. Hillsdale's in four down territory. Too far for a field goal. You get to that point as we have a long 3rd and 9, it looks like, for the Falcons. You're too long for a field goal, but you're way too close for a punt in high school football from this position.
103rd tackle on the season for Hawkinsmith. His 17th for loss.
And how about that? And he leads the team in sacks as well.
Big play for Hillsdale. We'll see if Fickes has to put it up through the air. He will not. Sloan to the outside. Catches a couple of blocks and then sandwiched. Penalty marker comes in as Dill helps make the tackle that time with Hawkinsmith.
Yeah, Dill flew up out of his safety position, met him in the hole. Hawkinsmith got the legs. Dill laid him up top.
And this will be a hold against the Falcons. We'll see if we can pick it out here on the TMS Plus digital marketing replay. I think it's probably got to be Jarvis to the outside.
On the edge. Absolutely. Jarvis didn't allow the man. Once he got around the corner, the guy tried to go around him. Honestly, Sloan had already made his cut. Jarvis had no reason to keep a hold of that block there.
So it puts the Falcons in a likely passing situation now as the ball marked off at the 36-yard line.
Something Lucas struggled to stop the last couple weeks is the passing game, though. The big plays they've given up have been in the pass game.
It's a 4-receiver set for Fickes. Got Sloan to his right. Quick pitch to the outside. And blocking forming, but it's not going to be nearly enough as Hayden McFadden, the sophomore.
We're going to have another hold on the play on the Falcons.
And it was a minimal gain anyway, so they'll do it all over again. See, they tried to get the tackle and the guard coming out for some blocks, and I think that the hold is going to be on one of those wideouts.
Yeah, it's on one of the wideouts out wide, trying to throw that little quick screen pass out there. The guard and the tackle didn't quite get there quick enough to help block. It's hard to do in high school football to get to that edge if you're a lineman. Defense flies to the football. One thing the Lucas Cubs do well, 11 hats fly to the football. They do it there, and it causes another hold.
6-yard pickup, and Lucas elects to decline the penalty to bring up a 4th down situation. And for Trevor Klein and his staff, this is an interesting position at the 32. I don't think you want to punt it, but 14 yards is what they need to pick it up, and they will roll the dice with the offense out on the field.
You got to throw the ball in this situation, and you have to throw it downfield. You can't throw a quick screen pass. You have to throw the ball downfield if you're Fickes.
Looking out of the backfield, Sloan, and I think he dropped it anyways. Cubs take over.
Bend but don't break. That's what the Lucas Cubs defense just did on the first drive. The Falcons did everything right for the first 10 to 12 plays of that drive. And then the defense stepped up. They made a stop. This Falcons defense is the exact same thing as the Lucas Cubs defense. They might give up a couple big plays, but they're not going to break when they have to hold strong and not let an opponent score. This is going to be a very, very entertaining football game tonight.
And how about Logan Toms? Looks like he wants to pass it there as he's lined up in the Wildcat. Direct snap to number 2. But boy, the engine just kept revving for him as the legs took him for a gain of 3 when, well, Josh, check this out. It looked like he was probably going to be stopped for a loss.
Yeah, he was looking to throw the ball, hit in the backfield multiple times. That's what makes a great running back, though. The legs never stop moving.
So an excellent gain here for Lucas. You don't normally say that about a 3-yard pickup, but it almost had disaster written all over it. As this time they'll toss it to Zach Deal, sporting the number 8 tonight. And he'll be driven back after just a single-yard pickup.
Yeah, they're going to give Deal a yard there. Here's the thing. This Hillsdale defense has already seen these Lucas Cubs once this year. They know how to game plan for them. It's a very, very hard offense to game plan for if you're only going to play them once. If you get them twice, not only do you have your own film against them where they only gave up 17 points, but you have the rest of the season as well to watch film. It really helps you be able to practice this week for this offense.
Cubs going to line up in shotgun, something they don't do a ton of. And Grayson Jackson able to slither through, and I think he's dived for just enough.
Yeah, they're going to give him 6 on the carry. And that's one of those formations that you'll see these Lucas Cubs come out in. Jackson will come out in the shotgun. I've seen him throw it out of there a couple times this year, but it's normally a jet sweep to either Toms or Deal going across the field, or Jackson keeps it up the middle. That time he makes the right read, keeps it, and does everything he needs to do for a first down.
Jackson on the season, almost 450 yards, averaging more than 6 per clip. Here's
there goes Toms. He's got a corner.
Biggest play here for the Lucas-O, as they'll pick up back-to-back first downs. Another look.
He's going to get 20 on that carry. And his acceleration, once he gets a corner, the acceleration to get to top speed, it doesn't take him any time at all to get to top speed.
And you love seeing Grayson Jackson trying to get out in front, throw a block for him.
That's the one thing that both these teams do. Fickes did it the last drive for Hillsdale. Their quarterback's going to go out and hit somebody. They're not just going to sit back and watch their running backs get crushed.
Tight set, of course, here for the Cubs again. They'll toss it. Toms, big hole, cutting it back across the grain. Here comes Logan Toms across the 20.
To the house.
10. See you later. Lucas on the board first.
36 yards. The ball carrier vision by Logan Toms there. That was a power to the right. He got through the front of the line, got through the front 7. Seen there was nobody on the left side of the field, cut it all the way back. He got it in from 36. He probably ran 60 to score from 36.
Great look here on the TMS Plus digital marketing replay. Logan Toms getting ghost to the outside. And on comes the PAT unit to try to make this a 7-0 ball game. One of the best in the area right there, putting it up and through. So 2:28 to go here in the first. Lucas tastes first blood.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Mama, there go that man again. Got a feeling that's what the Falcons fans are going to be saying tonight. Logan Toms, back-to-back big runs for him, 20-plus, and then the big 36-yard touchdown run, Josh.
Yeah, he had a series of plays. We were just talking about it last week. He had 5-plus carries of 18 yards in a row. He goes 2 consecutive for 20 tonight. But this is a big return for the Falcons. He's got an edge
And
out to the 35-yard line.
Decent return by Troy Bennett. So the Falcons offense, who moved it quite admirably to kick off the night, came up short, though, in terms of picking up some points. Some penalties derailed their drive. We'll see if Fickes and company can keep the momentum flowing.
Right back to what worked to start the drive. Jarvis and Sloan, they carried it down the field rather easily on the edges. Go right back to what you know.
They'll split them out. Pro formation here. Fickes again from the pistol. And straight ahead with Sloan, but into the teeth of the defense. And there's Toms there to help make the stop.
Toms in there along with Winters. Zachary Winters from his middle linebacker position steps in. He makes the initial contact to hold him to their smallest gain of the night so far, 2 yards.
Winner started the day with 22 tackles. Get credit for a half of one right there. As the Falcons pick up 2, 2nd and 8. And to the outside, Jarvis. Toms again in on the stop, and this time only a half yard.
They'll give him credit for a full yard. But this is that, Lucas is going to give up a big opening drive. I made the statement all season. Coach Scott Spitzer is one of the best adjusters when it comes to changing offense, changing defense in the area. And it looks like he already made a defensive adjustment here in the first quarter.
I've seen Lucas, I think, perhaps more than any other team the last few years since we've been doing live streams on OH Report, and I will second that. This team tends to fill out their opponents quite well. Falcons on 3rd down move the pocket. Fickes slings it out. And not going to get it done there. And guess who again on the tackle?
Logan Toms.
So 3 plays, 3 tackles for Toms. And it's 4th down and 2 on the way, and perhaps a decision to make here after the pickup by Troy Bennett. Looks like the offense is going to stay out there. You just don't know how many opportunities you're going to get in a game like this where both offenses, they can chew up some clock.
I 1,000% agree with that, as it looks like the punt unit is going to come out now. I was going to say the biggest concern with going for this is if you don't get it, you are giving the Cubs the ball back in plus territory when they just ripped off 70 yards in about 5 plays their last drive.
Falcons do punt it deep, and it takes a favorable Hillsdale hop, and this will definitely back up the Cubs inside their own 10 down to the 8-yard line.
Phenomenal punt there by the Falcons. It's like that was number 17 Braxton Burgett with the punt. I mean, you can't ask for anything more from a punter. You flip field position, and now you're going to force the Cubs to go 90 yards to put it in the end zone.
Here is the offensive starters tonight for the Lucas Cubs. Been solid all year, been picking up a lot of steam, though, lately. Shaking off an 0-2 start to put themselves in a position now where they're on the road with the lead in the playoffs.
0-2 start, but the 0-2 start to two very good teams. A Clear Fork team that without the injury to their star running back probably would have competed for the MOAC, as Toms is going to get a toss. And then this Hillsdale squad.
1 quarter in the books, 3 more to go here in Falcon Country. Live and free playoff football will return right after this.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
It's back!
Down our street, our prices are really sweet. You'll save big all October. Don't delay, just hurry.
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500s during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
7-0 the score here at Hillsdale High School. Lucas and their fans enjoying a 7-point lead. I'm Brian Skowronski, got Joshua Banks with me here tonight. And boy, what a fun matchup that we've been blessed with here in this opening round. I'm sure both of these teams wish that they could meet a little bit further down the road. An 8-9 matchup, definitely that I think a lot of people in the area, they're keeping an eye on this one tonight.
Well, and I'll tell you what, it's two teams that after tonight's game are in a position to make a very, very deep playoff run with the way their division set up.
They're going to keep it on the ground straight ahead. Whoa, look at the big hole.
Dan Hawkinsmith.
And he's going to throw up the deuces and peace out. Are you serious, folks? 88 yards to the crib.
That's a simple fullback dive. He got through the second level, and the big boy's got some wheels. Nobody was catching him when he got past the linebackers.
Easily the longest run of the season for the fullback. As he breaks loose, Hawkinsmith had 200 yards on the year, averaging 20 per game. Times that by 4 on this one run.
Oh, man, and that is
game-changing stuff.
not something you expect to see out of Hawkinsmith, and that could be a complete game changer for the rest of this evening.
Color with the PAT, and just like that, Dan Hawkinsmith changing the whole look of this game. Lucas tearing out to a 14-0 advantage.
It's back! Down our street, our prices are really sweet. You'll save big all October. Don't delay, just hurry.
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500s during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you. you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Daniel Hawkinsmith just flipped this game on its head, and an onside kick, heads-up play, snatching that thing out of the air by Wade Moody. After this huge touchdown run, we got to show it to you one more time because Hawkinsmith on the year, averaging 4.76 yards per carry. Hadn't touched it a ton, 42 of those attempts on the season, and this big 88-yard touchdown run. You just said it, as did I during the broadcast here, game-changing.
Momentum swing, game-changing. The Hillsdale Falcons looked like they were going to come out here and move the ball with ease against these Lucas Cubs on their first drive. Lucas shuts them down, gets a punt, and then goes 93 yards in 2 plays.
Falcons, though, with excellent starting field position. Right from the 50, Fickes has to tuck in and run. Pressured backside, Jackson able to snatch him. Still able to fall forward for a pickup of 5.
Yeah, 5 yards there by Fickes. A great job of tucking it. But how about the quarterback on the other side chasing him down? Fickes had some more room if he would have got to the edge there. Grayson Jackson comes up behind him, makes the tackle. These guys are battling.
And you think Lucas hasn't forgot what happened in the regular season over at this place?
They've been talking about it since last Sunday when we did the playoff show and Coach Spitzer knew who he was playing.
Big gaping hole this time, though, for Jarvis into a crowd of Cubs who finally able to gang tackle him.
Interesting to see. We started the game off that first drive for the Falcons. Sloan was really the workhorse. He had 5 carries on that first drive. He's had 1 carry on the last 2.
And he's one of those guys, very shifty, a lot of acceleration. Jarvis a bit more of a bruiser when he touches the football. Here he goes left to right. Sloan the lone back. He's got the give, looking for an opening. Won't get it, and it's out. Ball is loose. Cubs trying to fall on it, and it looks like Lucas may have it. Cubs football. So the first turnover of the night, and it's Daniel Hawkinsmith who forces it.
So not only does he rumble and bumble for an 88-yard touchdown, he just comes back 3 plays later, meets Sloan in the backfield, forces a fumble. I mean,
oh, what a night.
What more could you ask for from your defensive end / fullback?
So getting possession right back for Lucas. And he'll be the lead blocker this time. Out in front for Deal. Slung down by Jarvis. Solid tackle to the outside and a pickup of 3 on first down.
Yeah, it's a great job by Jarvis to not let Deal get past him. The Falcons do a really good job on the edge. But if you're the Cubs, you only need 3 yards of carry to get into a 4th and 1, where then you've got a Hawkinsmith who averages 4 yards of carry for a reason. It's for those short yardage situations. That's all they want to do. 3 yards carry, 3.5 yards of carry is a first down.
On second, they'll toss it. Toms able to push forward for, like you said, about 4 more yards. And a 3rd and manageable coming up. Jarvis again in on the stop. 95 tackles for him now on the year. He'll probably hit 100 by the end of the night, no question.
100 plus by the end of the night with the way these teams both go at it. But now, you know, your 3rd and 3. That 3-yard run by Deal now is a first down.
Hawkinsmith, the lead back. Looked like the Falcons might have jumped. Have to check in. Well, yep, they're definitely going to say
defensive tackle.
Lucas didn't pull him off sides. Everyone's set, and that little motion that Lucas does, I can't tell you how many times over the last few years I've seen teams in opposing defensive lines bite on that.
They are so disciplined. Most teams, they're going to jump on that themselves.
Straight ahead, Hawkinsmith. This is a little bit more like what we're used to seeing from the Human Taka truck. 5 yards in a big crowd. And there it is, just boom, 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 boom. And a little tush push.
It takes 8 Hillsdale Falcons to bring him down.
Yeah, the kid is a load. Listed at 5'9", but 201 pounds. So that's one of those wrecking ball type of high school athletes.
Small, compact, 201, but there ain't an ounce of fat on the kid. He is solid. He is built to run the ball down your throat. Deal's going to get it now. It's like he's going to have enough for another Lucas Cubs first down.
Cubs offense doing what they do best. Run left, run light, right.
Run power.
And that's the motto out there. Has been since Spitzer took over. Just keep calm, run power. And more often than not, it's been getting the job done for this program.
I think I can think of one season since Spitzer's been at Lucas where they didn't run a lot of power. His Deal's going to get it again.
Oh, and look at him knifing through the defense.
He's going to get 12 on the carry.
And it's another Scout Construction first down as they're just on the outskirts now of the red zone and looking to add to this 14-0 cushion.
But that year was when they had a quarterback by the name of Logan Nicewander, who was one of the best quarterbacks that we've seen in this area in a long time. He had some pretty good wide receivers too, so Spitzer does a great job of using what he has. As now he's going to give it to Toms.
Logan spins Jarvis on his back. Needs one of his friends to come in and help make the stop, but the damage had been done. Logan with a nice pickup of right around 8 here on first down.
And this is Lucas football. We've seen them score quick on their first 2 drives. Now it's run the football, no big plays. If they break one off, they break one off. They have a 12-yard run by Deal just a few plays ago. But we'll eat the last 7 minutes off the clock before we score again.
It's Dill again. And he'll get the chain gang back on the move. Another Lucas Cubs first down. And definitely finding their stride offensively. Have not been stopped yet tonight.
They've had a first down every possession. Obviously, their 2 touchdown drives were big plays, so not much there. But 7th first down already of the evening for the Cubbies.
And looking to light up our Simonson Construction Services, Inc. and Ohio Valley Manufacturing scoreboard with some more points here. They can still pick up a first down inside of the 4-yard line. As Toms is tackled there by Bo Moody.
Looks like he's going to get about 4 on that carry.
And you got to give so much credit to that offensive front, constantly moving the point of attack. You see Ryan Caudill getting downfield there. Certainly Braden Spitzer's been a big part of that this season.
That's something that these Cubs offensive linemen do. They're always moving forward. Jackson's going to look to pass.
And it's going to come up just a little bit short, trying to find Deal in the end zone. So a little wrinkle here from Coach Spitzer. First passing attempt of the evening.
Not a bad ball by Jackson. A little underthrown. Maybe if he leads Deal a little bit more into the back corner, that's a touchdown. He also has Toms wide open behind him. We're not quite sure who that ball was intended for.
Jackson on the season only completed 15 passes. Here he is as a lead blocker. Deal fighting for extra yardage. And boy, he's knocked down right at the sticks. So if it's not a first down, they'll need probably less than about a foot or two. Waiting to see the spot.
Looks like they're going to mark him just short. It looks like they're going to mark it a full yard short.
And with arguably the best kicker in Richland County, do you want to set up and get what you would think are guaranteed points? Or with this offensive line as well as they're playing, looks like the decision's going to be get in behind them. And it's going to be Dill again. Hawkinsmith out in front, and he's got it.
He's going to be down at about the 1. And you see Jackson, with the way they run their offense, this wing tee that they run, when Jackson pitches that ball, whether it's a toss, a sweep, a power, whatever they run, as he pitches that ball, he becomes the lead blocker every single time. And that's something you love to see out of your signal caller, out of your senior quarterback. Hey, it's not about me. I don't care how many times I throw the ball. I want my teammates to get in the end zone, and I want to win football games.
One of the only programs that you'll see in the entire state that uses their quarterback as their lead blocker to lay out the path. So you can't just be no ordinary type of kid. You got to be a hard-nosed, physical quarterback to play for this Cubs offense.
Absolutely.
See if they can get it in here. Dill, basically the same exact play, and he is in there, 20-0. Lucas on the road, putting on a show. Dill with his first touchdown of the night. Toms has one. Hawkinsmith. So the whole trio in the backfield, tasting pay dirt.
And they're doing it at will. We've seen them come out, bend but don't break.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
High school football matchup brought to you guys live and free thanks to our generous sponsors, Simonson Construction Services, Inc. From concept to completion. They can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. 89 homes and building improvements, building homes, earning trust since 1979. Fickes Furniture. It's Christmas in October. 10% off all special orders, up to 20% off of in-stock items as well. And TMS Plus digital marketing for local businesses.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
What a start for the Lucas Cubs on the road. A revenge game for them, losing to Hillsdale in Week 2 by a score of 21-17. And they're the ones with 21 points here. A goose egg right now for the home squad. Though the Falcons going to get the football back. And they'll start with it at the 24-yard line. I'm Brian Skowronski. Joshua Banks is with me here tonight. And I got to say I'm slightly surprised by this start here for both of these teams, especially after we saw the movement by the offense of Hillsdale at the beginning of the game. They march right down the field, a couple of penalties, put them behind the chains, and they can't convert. And, man, it's been all Lucas ever since.
Force a fumble, force a punt, bend but don't break, start to do things right. And what's interesting is Hillsdale kind of went away from what was working. They're going to get back to it here with Jarvis up the middle. He's going to spin off a tackler, several tacklers. 9 yards right there for Jarvis.
Yeah, great start to this drive here for the Falcons, desperately needing to get some points here before the break. Under 4 minutes to go here in this second quarter. But you love what you see from this gentleman right here. Braylon Jarvis, senior season, doesn't want it to end.
He does not want it to end. Playing great offensively and making a lot of tackles on the defensive side of the ball tonight as well. Here's Sloan.
Stretching to the outside. He's got the first down. So the clock will stop. And we'll see if Hillsdale elects to go no huddle or not.
And that's what's interesting about both of these teams. Neither one of them want to go fast. But if you're Hillsdale right now, you have to put points up before half because Lucas comes out in the second half and gets the football.
Solid point. So makes this drive even more paramount for Hillsdale to come away with some success as they motion Jarvis back. And he gets upended right at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go this time.
multiple Cubs in on that tackle. You see Spitzer coming off out of the pile. They just do a great job of collapsing the middle, collapse the defensive line, and make a stop. I mean, they're doing everything right. And it's something that they've been doing since those 2 opening losses. Not something we're accustomed to seeing out of the Cubs starting the season 0-2. 7-1 to end the season. That's Lucas football.
That lone loss to Lima Central Catholic playoff team, 6 wins for them. Fickes flushed and throws a dart for a first down, caught on the far sideline by Kyle Turk.
Great throw there by Fickes. 10-yard completion on the play, and Turk gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Solid execution as they're just shy of midfield.
2:28 left in the half. Let Fickes throw the football. See what you can muster up in the passing game. The run game's kind of collapsed on you a little bit. See what we can do in the passing game, get a drive going. Fickes going to throw again. He's got a man open on the edge. He's met as soon as he caught the football.
Nice job by Winters to come up and help make the stick.
Irby and Winters in on the tackle together.
Bit of a wobbly throw, but it got to its intended target that time. And that's Gavin Gastorf with the grab, 6'2" senior. Fickes, clean pocket, steps up. Now flushed, he'll run. He's got a lot of green in front. Jack Fickes inside the 30-yard line for a Scout Construction first down.
17 yards on the run by Jack. Now you're inside the 30. You still got 1:50 left in the half. This is what the Falcons need to do. Get not necessarily fast-paced because they're still going at the same pace. Use the sideline, get out of bounds, complete a couple passes, catch these Cubs off guard with what you're going to do offensively.
Great awareness by Jack Fickes to exit the pocket on the last play. He'll start this one 4 wide. Sloan, the lone back, steps up, picks up the blitzer. And to the outside for a gain of a few.
Like they're going to give them 4.
This is Bennett. Another catch for him tonight. One of the favorite targets of Fickes on the season. Hayden McFadden yet to touch the football. He's been their big play guy in the receiving game. 600 yards, 9 touchdowns. Jarvis in motion, trying to get to the outside. Well, almost got away from the grip of Hawkinsmith. And then coming in to clean up the mess there, Braden Spittler.
He got out of the arms of the first guy, but that's why they teach 11 guys need to fly to the football. Hawkinsmith meets him in the backfield. He gets out of it, but here comes Spittler to clean it up. Textbook defense. Great run by Jarvis, though.
Make this a 3rd down and 11 situation on the loss. Clock showing $1:05 as Fickes throws left side and is caught again by the sophomore going upstairs for another big first down. Kasdorf showing off some excellent hands.
And a great throw there by Fickes as well. Goes up and gets it. Fickes puts that ball where only his receiver can catch it. We're inside a minute.
Looking left all the way. Pocket breaks down. I think that was a left-handed throw. Did I see that right?
You absolutely seen that right.
Look at this from Jack Fickes. Right-handed quarterback, of course, switches it to the left hand and just says, hey, by any means necessary.
And completes it at that.
And I think Hillsdale's going to burn their first time out of the half. Give me an opportunity to dive into our chat section. Haven't had a chance to conversate with you guys out there. 360 of you watching on the YouTube. Ruger fan says, let's go Cubbies. Anthony is Williams says, who playing? Well, Lucas ain't playing tonight. Well, if they are, they're playing for keeps.
These Cubs are out for blood, as we would call it tonight.
And on Facebook, let's see. I'll have to bring it up on my phone here. See what you crazy cats are talking about. Oh, a bunch of comments coming through. Robert says this is not the same Lucas football team they played in the second week. I think he's right. Scott Hamilton says, let's go Cubs. Sabrina, great job, Cubs and Hawkins Smith. A lot of Cubs love out there. Doug Shasky, Robin Beecham White, both cheering them on, as is Mary Deering. Thanks to everybody watching out there on Facebook land. Keep those comments coming. We'll read them in the second half as well. 2nd and 7. 2 back set. And they'll run it left side.
He's going to be short of the first down, and the Falcons are going to have to use another timeout to keep this drive alive.
It was Troy Bennett who was in the backfield this time. Getting tackled there by the Cubs right at about the 10. So they'll still need a couple to pick up a first down around the 7-yard line.
Need a couple for the first down. It's 3rd and about 2, maybe 3. At this point, though, if you're Hillsdale, you have 1 timeout left, and you have 31 seconds left. Get to the edge, get out of bounds. Give yourself a chance to score a touchdown before half. But you're kind of in a position where you're almost at that field goal line. You're almost where you're going to snap an extra point from. You've got to put something on the board. You don't want to go into halftime with a goose egg on the scoreboard against this Cubbies team.
Critical possession here for the Hillsdale Falcons. As the Cubs defense trots out of the huddle, we'll see how aggressive they get on this 3rd down 3 play. Spotted the ball at the 9-yard line. It's going to be an empty set. Fickes looking left all the way. Chucks, and it's going to be almost picked off. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Braden Spitzer, I think, got a paw on it.
Yeah, Spitzer got through his block. Got his hand up right here on the edge. Steps out, gets a big paw up there, knocks it down. Now you're 4th and 3 with 28 seconds left. It's like the offense is going to stay on the field.
You got to, Josh. Lucas getting the football back to kick off the 3rd quarter. Huge play right here. Jack looking right, throws to the end zone, a little behind the receiver, but it's caught for a Falcon TD. What a grab. As it looked like the defender might be able to break that up. Instead, the strong hands, the reach back from McFadden.
Hayden McFadden, we just talked about how he hadn't been involved yet. He was the big play guy. Gets the touchdown catch there. Makes this what could potentially be a 21-7 game. I thought for sure the Lucas defender was going to come up with that ball as it's almost thrown too far behind McFadden.
The PAT is up and good from the right foot of A.J. Brown. So the Falcons pull within 14, and safe to say I think we've got a ball game now. Had they not been able to execute this, and boy, what a dart there. Definitely would have looked pretty grim heading out in that 3rd quarter for these Falcons.
What's scary is now you have to kick off, and the Cubs' 2 best playmakers are also their 2 kick returners with Logan Toms. You almost kick it short, don't let him get a return, go into halftime down 21-7, as Logan Toms has a return touchdown on the season this year.
Dill averaging almost 19 yards per return. Toms has only had 2, according to my stats. but he can be a game changer. Usually, obviously, opposing kickers, they're kicking it opposite direction of number 2 if they can.
But how about the threat you had back there with both of them? I mean, that's probably one of the best dual kick return threats in the area. 2 of the fastest guys in the area that get to top speed with ease.
Tough to argue that.
Again, if you're Hillsdale, squib it. Don't even give them a chance to get a big return.
They're going to kick it short near side. It's going to be caught out of the air here, and Color called a fair catch.
Caller does a good job there, catching it in the air, takes a knee. Almost tells you the Cubbies are going to step back, maybe let a couple loose here, try to get in Caller field goal range. They still have all 3 timeouts.
Going to be interesting to see if Lucas does elect to get a little bit aggressive here, given that there's only 25 seconds remaining. They will start in the gun. Dill in motion. And a little bit of space to the outside. Can he catch a block or a crease? Here goes Zach Dill across the grain. What a run beyond the 40. And that's a good way to kickstart this drive. Got a Coleman Lambs Club first down with it.
20 yards on first down, 25 yards on first down for Deal.
That changes the whole conversation now for the Lucas coaching staff as you're near midfield, 16 seconds and all 3 timeouts.
And I think Caller can hit from 40. He told me his long was like 46, and he hit from 39 last week before half.
Jackson on the season, just 15 completions, looking for number 16 here. A lot of pressure, time winding, and he guns it to the near sideline. Caught by Logan Toms, just his 3rd catch of the year.
Pass by Jackson, gets it to Toms on the edge. Toms catches it, goes out of bounds. They're going to wind the clock, though. We're going to have a Lucas timeout.
And that'll give me a chance to see what's going on out there in the Facebook chat. Pull up the game again here. Rodney says, go Cubs. Emily Freeman. Lucas, number 51 with a heart. Sending out some love. Brittany Hamilton, let's go Cubs. Hey, here's some love for Hillsdale. Haley Atkins. Go Falcons, number 26. Heidi, Joe, Denny, a whole bunch of exclamation points, so I'll read this right. Let's go Falcons! Loving what they're seeing right now after that last drive. But still got to do a little bit of work here with the clock winding. It took about a second and a half off here, Josh, so.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to put some time back on the clock. Yeah, they're going to go back to 7 seconds.
So for Lucas,
is that enough time? You almost have to score on this play if you're Lucas.
I think you can, if you can execute a throw over the middle, get down, call a timeout, bring on your fabulous kicker, and give him a chance for something like a 50-yarder, try to make some school history. Instead, it's going to be Jackson all the way, running left side. Cuts back, spins, and drop down at the 38-yard line, and Lucas is begging for an extra second. Don't think they're going to get it, Josh. That's the half. But what a start here for the Lucas Cubs. 21 points to start that for them.
They're going to put time back on the clock.
Okay.
They're going to put time back on the clock.
Interesting. You don't see this very often, not at the high school level.
Well, what's interesting is coming out right now, if they give Caller a chance at this field goal, this will be a 56-yard attempt. Because it's going to be spotted at the 39-yard line.
So 1 second put back on the clock. And I think you do. See if Color can knock one through. Why not? We've seen him in kicking contests. He can certainly boom it a long ways. He's got a lot of confidence playing on the turf. It's going to be perfect kicking conditions.
We'll see. I see the offense over there talking to Coach Spitzer. This is it's a weird situation. The Falcons were headed to the locker room, Brian.
Oh, I don't blame them for putting that image inside of the referees' minds like, hey, no, that's it. I'm looking at the clock. It says 000. It's time to go in and talk about this thing. But they've got the official time down on the sideline, so you always got to wait for the Zebras to give that official call. And they say 1 second remains. And you're right, it will be the offense. I bet Color was probably letting Coach know, though, I can do it.
You got Logan Toms split out wide to our side. You're going to have a Hillsdale timeout now. Now if you're Coach Spitzer, do you boot it? You came out, you aligned your offense up. Hillsdale's going to use their last timeout. What do?
Well, for me, I'm going to quickly dive back into YouTube and see what's going on out there. Anthony, saying who's playing a Glenville fan. What division? This is D7 Region 25. Dan Jarvis, let's go Falcons. Watching from Austin, Texas. My guy, glad to have you. Anthony again had a tough schedule in Ohio. Glenville, of course. Yep, they're very good. 08, let's go Cubs. Watching from the United Kingdom. So international viewership on our live stream tonight, Josh. Michael wants to know about the Colonel Crawford game. It is live and free right now. Check it out. Justin, go Cubs, watching from Vietnam. Wow, we got people all over the world checking this out. And then Timothy French Jr., I don't know that I can do it justice with all those exclamation points. Let's go Cubs! And here we go. They're going to have one last play, barring a defensive penalty. And it's a catch by Dill. He's got a little bit of space. Going to have to do some work, though. Down to the 10, but that will officially take us to the half, and still a 14-point lead for Lucas. We'll step aside quickly and be back. Both marching bands will perform tonight. We'll have some halftime stats and analysis. I'll give you some scores from other Week 11 games going down right now and get you all set up for quarter number 3. It's live and free playoff football exclusively on the OH Report.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
It's back! Down our street, our prices are really sweet. You'll save big all October. Don't delay, just hurry.
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is Panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500s during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, Make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
Please quote, I have a bone to pick with the fact that we don't have a trombone here. Featuring a clarinet solo from Axel, here is Megalovania.
Kiddo? Huh? Not now. Football down there to Kira. Smets. I don't see her now, honey.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the 2023 Hillsdale Falcon Marching Bears! Tonight we're bringing you some of our favorite songs from the 2023 season. First up tonight, we bring you a song from the soft rock side of the 80s. This song from this classic band saw thousands of radio plays throughout the U.S. and quickly became the group's signature song. Sing along as we play Journey's Don't Stop Believin'. Recorded in 1982, this song is said by many to have the greatest music video of all time. With its dancing zombies and iconic red-jacketed antagonists, here is Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Long time ago, that's a picture.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2023 Hillsdale Falcon Marching Band. The Hillsdale Falcon Marching Band
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
It's back!
Down our street, our prices are really sweet. You'll save big all October. Don't delay, just hurry.
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is Panda priced up to $5K off MSRP. even on new Ram 1500s during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
Welcome back to the Fickes Furniture halftime, where the score here in Hillsdale, 21-7. The Lucas Cubs on top of the Falcons, punching in a touchdown just before the break, making things interesting. I'm Brian Skowronski. Joshua Banks is joining me here tonight, and this is round 4 of this rivalry. The first 3 meetings all came down to the final possession. Falcons got some work to do to try to make that the case again here in round number 4, Josh.
Yeah, they absolutely have some work to do. They got to come out defensively. The Lucas Cubs start with the football. They've got to do something defensively to shut down this Lucas offense, who ran for 228 yards in the first half. They made the ground game look easy, which is what the Lucas Cubs do.
Take a look at our halftime stats brought to you by Fickes Furniture. And you're absolutely right. The ground game, of course, always a big part of what Lucas does. 12 first downs for them. Over on the other side for the Falcons, a lot of that offense they got on their first drive and their last drive. Not a ton in between. And one of the biggest plays, of course, that fumble caused by Dan Hawkinsmith right after he just ripped off an 88-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, Dan rips off an 88-yard touchdown run from his fullback spot, takes 2 plays off, takes the extra point off, takes the kickoff off. 2 plays after he comes back in defensively, forces a fumble. What more can you ask for from the big guy? And now we're in a situation where if the Cubs play Cubs football, which I thoroughly expect them to do, they're going to take 6, 7, 8 minutes off of this third quarter clock before they punch it into the end zone unless they break a big play. They go up 28-7, and there's only a fourth quarter left on that clock. It's going to be really tough for these Falcons to even make this a football game.
So for this Falcons defense, a huge drive coming up as they'll squib it up the middle, and it's loose. Still loose. Hillsdale thinks they have it.
Hillsdale thinks they have it. Toms is pointing his direction. It's going to be Cubs football.
Ooh. Let's see if we can. It's tough to make out at the very end of that play exactly where it went.
It went off of the hands of sophomore lineman Noah Kennard for the Cubbies, playing the front line defense for that kick return. Not a hands guy, I would assume, being an O lineman. couldn't get his paws on it, and it was almost a great start to the second half for these Falcons.
Yeah, really could have changed the entire complexion of this second half. Instead, it will be up to that Hillsdale defense to see if they can't make a stop. Get the football back for the O coming off of a touchdown drive. Here's Toms, though, lead blockers out in front, big space, and wow, turning it up down the sideline. Flag comes in late.
Late flag. They're going to call a hold.
And a tough break here for Toms, as I don't know that they necessarily needed that block to spring them loose.
65-yard touchdown run going to be called back. We'll see what the penalty is.
It's going to be dropped right at midfield is where the infraction occurred. And it will indeed be a hold against the Lucas offense. Let's spin it back here on our TMS Plus digital marketing replay and see if we can make it out. So at the 50, they're saying Hawkinsmith, the defender's fallen down, and he definitely carried some momentum into him. But, wow, what a really tough call.
That's going to be the first penalty on the Cubs tonight. And they're actually going to get 5 yards out of it.
So it negates 60 of those yards, though, as Toms, after catching his breath a little bit after that sprint into the end zone, push forward for 5, and that will be a Coleman Lamb Club first down.
So you run a 65-yard touchdown, you get a holding penalty. Your offense somehow manages to get 5 yards out of it. I don't think I've ever seen a penalty end up in positive yards for the team it was called against.
So Lucas now from the 46-yard line. Jackson took a tumble. He was able to get it into the breadbasket, though, as a whole big mess of bodies getting forced around, and at the end of it, looks like Hawkinsmith was able to push forward for at least 4.
Looks like they're going to give him 5. He's going to be right at the midfield line.
Yeah, look at this scrum.
You know, that's a great word for it, because when they run that fullback dive, it almost looks like a rugby scrum.
So it does go down as a gain of 4 as Lucas lines up from midfield. Jackson tosses. And this is Deal weaving his way through the defense. And he'll get 4 more. Third down and short on the way.
This is exactly what the Lucas Cubs want. 3rd and short. 3rd and 1. You've got 3 backs in the backfield that are going to fall forward for a yard. Nothing tricky here, nothing special. I'm waiting for the little inside handoff that the Cubbies like to run to see if that breaks off a big play.
Haven't seen that yet tonight. Toms will dart forward for Coleman Club Lamb's first down.
Looks like he's going to have 5 more on the carry.
Breaking into enemy territory. And you see that's what they like to do, get a few offensive linemen out in front. There's Raiden Caudill Jr. helping lead the charge as Toms having a big night. Would be having a huge night if that 65-yarder wasn't wiped out.
Yeah, that would have been his 2nd touchdown of the night, and he would be well over the 100-yard mark.
There is that inside give for Toms, able to sneak through and pulls his momentum forward. Close to first down yardage again.
I'm going to give him, I want to say 9 on that carry. We'll call it 8.
Finally brought down by Brock Bauer and company.
There's that inside handoff we were waiting for. And it's such a tricky play for not only the defense to read, but the offense to run. To have the ability to catch that toss where you're supposed to catch it and then hand it off to the guy coming across the other side of the formation is just, it's fun to watch.
Toms with the stutter step. Wrapped up. 4 Falcons all there converging to make the stop. And they're going to stop him just a little bit short, I think.
Looks like they're going to mark him about a yard short. So they're going to give him a yard, mark him a yard short. But again, 3rd and 1, right where you want to be.
Cubs in no hurry as they check their wristbands. 18 seconds showing on the play clock. Now Jackson goes under center at 10. They'll toss it inside, give here for Toms. Slithers through for a first down and more. So Logan Toms gets the chain gang back on the move. As the Lucas offense effective here inside the 30-yard line.
Effective inside the 30, but this is that methodical drive that I was talking about. They're 4 minutes off of the third quarter clock already. And they're just inside the 30-yard line already.
From the 28, they'll toss it. Deal. Almost was able to break away from the pack. Bauer on his back, able to bring him down. Another decent gain on first down.
I'm going to call it 2, maybe 3 yards on the carry for Deal. Again, that's all the Cubbies need in this offense that they run. 3 yards, get you to 4th and 1. You're ready to go from there.
They motion Toms. A flag comes in, and encroachment's going to be the call here against the Falcons. And this is a deadly weapon for Lucas. From that formation, they bring him in motion, and look, 3 guys on that defensive front all bound into the neutral zone.
And that's what's so dangerous about this Cubs offense. They run the same play so many times with that motion with Toms or Deal, as Hawkinsmith is going to get another carry, and he's still dragging guys up the field.
It's good enough for a Coleman Club Lambs first down. As the Cubs offense churning out more yards, burning some clock. This is patented Lucas football.
It's their 4th first down of this drive already.
Puts them at 16 for the contest. As they're inside the red zone. Second time tonight. Toms to the outside. Has to bend it back in. Brought down at the 13-yard line. Not a lot there that time.
Yeah, Jackson kind of got tripped up as he was trying to make the pitch.
And still was able to kind of make a halfway block on Braden Burgett.
Yeah, Burgett kind of blew that up in the backfield. Almost got to Jackson before he was even able to make the pitch. Jackson still gets the pitch off. They get a yard out of it.
But for Lucas, with the score being what it is right now, the biggest friend and ally they have, of course, is that clock, and they have burned through half of it already in this third quarter as they'll hand off Hawkinsmith inside the 10-yard line with that carry. Cubs facing a third down, though, coming up. Little jump cut by Dan.
Consistently 5 yards a carry tonight. Other than the big 88-yard run he had in the first quarter or in the second quarter, he's averaging 5 yards a carry.
Right on his season average, of course, with that big play being a bit of an outlier. Hawkinsmith with 6 rushing touchdowns on the season. Tom's looking for another one here.
He's going to be just short of the first down. They're going to give him 4, and they needed 5.
So a big opportunity on the way here for the Hillsdale defense. Falcons trying to keep the Cubs off the scoreboard. And this is an interesting decision. They only need 1, of course. Their kicker's great. But the offense stays out there.
And shotgun.
It's going to be a direct snap for Toms. Nothing doing. Falcons blow it up in the backfield as Brady Heller comes in to help make the stop.
He met Toms before Toms even got to the line of scrimmage, and he blew that play up in the backfield. That is exactly what these Hillsdale Falcons needed going into their first possession of the second half.
And sometimes you can be a little bit too creative. Lucas getting into the shotgun for one of the few times tonight. And it helps aid a big stop here for Hillsdale.
Well, and the biggest thing is there, you put Logan Toms as the quarterback there. They key on, hey, he's getting it, he's running it, he's going A gap or B gap with the football.
And now Jarvis, head of steam, tripped up on the perimeter. Decent start to this drive, though, for the Hillsdale offense. First time they've been on the field here in this second half.
And what kills the Falcons right now is, again, we've talked about, these teams are so similar, offensively and defensively. Hillsdale likes to use the clock, too. They've got 4 minutes and then a 12-minute fourth quarter, and they're down 2 scores. They're going to have to start picking up the pace because the Cubs are going to do the exact same thing the next drive they have that they just did on this last one.
The motion Jarvis, he's the lead blocker. Hawkinsmith, though, wrangles the ball carrier in the backfield. Never even got started.
He's going to be back to almost the original line of scrimmage.
Absolutely no chance for Owen Sloan. Stopped at his tracks. Hawkinsmith, probably our front runner to be the most valuable player in this contest tonight.
No doubt about that one.
3rd and 7 after the loss. And we'll see if they put things on the shoulders of their senior quarterback, Jack Fickes. Here he is from the gun, steps back, sets, fires, far side, incomplete.
No flag.
Looked like it hit the hands of his intended target.
That's Irby on coverage.
One more look on our TMS Plus digital marketing replay. Fickes hit that back foot in the ground. And the pass on the money there for Gavin Kasdorf. And he just could not squeeze it that time. Low snap, the punt gets away. Not a great one, though. An advantageous hop for the Falcons as it lays to rest at the 44. So Lucas on the plus side of the field. They'll take over with the Coleman Club Lambs first down here. And a chance for the Cubs to salt away some of this game with another long, lengthy drive where, you know, they were waiting to snap that ball 7-8 seconds each time on the play clock.
Yeah, and you thoroughly expect them to run out the rest of this third quarter clock and some of the fourth quarter clock. Even if it ends up in another turnover on downs, at this point, they're not worried about that.
Still 21-7 on our Ohio Valley Manufacturing Simonson Construction scoreboard. Toss to Toms. He's got some space. Logan Toms to the outside. Goodbye.
Logan Toms, as we said in the first half, mama, there goes that man again. 44 yards. We said they were going to run clock. They just scored on one play.
Second touchdown run of the night for the senior back. Might have heard what I said about Hawkinsmith being the front runner for MVP. Mr. Toms trying to throw his name into the hat as he springs loose second time in this third quarter. This one, though, puts points on the board officially. Kohler on to try the PAT. It is up. It is good. 28-7. Lucas taking a commanding lead now.
It's back!
Down the street, our prices are really sweet. You'll save big all October. Don't delay, just hurry.
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500s during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
tonight's high school football broadcast brought to you guys live and free thanks to Fickes Furniture. It's Christmas in October, 10% off all special orders, up to 20% off in-stock items. Spitzer Motors of Mansfield, home of the Spitzer Shield, shielding you from the unexpected on all purchases. Order a new vehicle on the way and get it in time.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Back here at Hillsdale, 28-7 the count. Here's the latest kickoff. And it's going to sell out of the back of the end zone from the big-legged Aiden Color. I'm Brian Skowronski, joined tonight by Joshua Banks. And a bit of a backbreaker on that last drive there for the Lucas Cubs as they spring Toms loose for his second tutty run of the night.
36 and 44 on the night for Toms' touchdown runs.
On the ground goes Troy Bennett, pursuing some space to the outside and finding very little. Not a lot there.
It's a great job by the Cubs defense again. Contain the edge. Don't let them make a big play. That's where the Falcons really succeeded in that first drive, was on the edge. And they haven't been able to since.
Fickes this time going to set and fire. It's tipped and incomplete. Looking for Kasdorf again. It'll quickly be 3rd down and long.
Grayson Jackson got both his hands on that. The quarterback almost had himself a pick.
Great coverage that time by Lucas at all levels. As the Falcons will need 9 to get the chain game back on the move. And with this deficit in the playoffs, especially against a team like Lucas, might be 4 down territory rest of the way here for Coach Trevor Klein's Falcons.
Absolutely.
Jack. Whoa, what a play by Hawkinsmith. Going through the defender to make the sack his 4th TFL of the night.
He pushed the left guard and left tackle. And he pushed the tight end and the left tackle and the running back who stepped in to seal him into the quarterback and then made the play.
Sometimes all you can do is just tip your cap. Dan Hawkinsmith playing like a robot right there. Didn't look real. And Falcons, they're going to punt this football away, Josh. After the loss, it was 4th and 12. And again, it's not a great punt. So the Cubs, fantastic field position as they'll line up with the Coleman Club Lambs first down here from the 40.
And I tell you what, we talked about the last drive, how, you know, we thoroughly expected them to run clock, and they ran a 44-yard touchdown and run play. I don't even want to talk about wanting to run clock anymore because apparently they can run for 40 or 50 or 88 or 36 whenever they want to.
Almost in a position to play for that running clock at this point.
2 more scores.
So a heavy burden now on the Falcon defense as they need to get a stop here on out the rest of the night. Hawkinsmith forcing his way dead ahead for another pickup of 4. And Dan heavily utilized in the offensive game plan tonight.
6 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
Came into tonight averaging about 4 carries per contest. And Lucas likely will just run one more play as they check the play clock. Trickling down, showing 7 now. As they toss it, Toms, nice cut back. Another one. Puts his head down and he's knocked down, but it's going to be another Coleman Club Lambs first down.
Another 8 yards for Toms. Clock will stop for the chains to move. Chains will get set. Clock will start. I don't expect Lucas Cubs to snap the football again before we go into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, it looks like The Cubs offense already walking over towards the sideline as these final 18 seconds will melt away. Will it be the final game of the season for Hillsdale? Boy, as we head to the fourth, it sure is looking like Cub Nation is going to be cheering when it's all said and done here on the road in Jeromesville. We head to money time with the Cubs in front by 21.
It's back!
Down our street, our prices are really sweet. You'll save big all October. Don't delay, just hurry.
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500 during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
We start fourth quarter action, a first down here for the Lucas Cubs with a 28-7 lead. And they've got the football knocking on the doorstep of another score just outside of the red zone. Brian Skowronski and Joshua Banks with you tonight. Second down and 6 coming up here for the Cubs offense, who have virtually been unstoppable in this contest.
They're going to be well over 300 yards on the ground. They don't have to throw the ball. They haven't ran into the team yet this year that's made them throw the ball. But it's like we talked about pregame. They have a three-headed monster in the backfield. And those three gentlemen tonight have done what they needed to do.
This is Zach Dill with the carry, left side. Ripped down as it was Moody got on his back. Just short of first down yardage.
Looks like they're going to give him 4. It'll be 3rd and 2. And Deal's about 30 yards from the century mark.
So potentially could have 3 ball carriers all over 100 yards. Come on, man.
What other school than Lucas are you going to see that at?
Doesn't happen very often. I think you might suggest maybe Hillsdale around here if Fickes is having a big running night. Inside give. Maybe a yard.
Yeah, they're going to give him a yard. One thing I've noticed, too, the more I've watched tonight, a lot of times when you see a team that likes to run the ball, they like to run the ball to the wide side of the field. These Lucas Cubs, honestly, if you watch their offense, they prefer to run the ball to the short side of the field.
Interesting observation. They've been able to break off quite a few of those for some big gainers.
4th and 2. They gave him no gain on that last play.
For the first down, inching for extra yards. Late flag flies in. And the spot right now, I think, favors a first down for Lucas.
We'll see
check
what the
call.
penalty is. We're going to have another hold on the Cubs.
And I think they're suggesting that Lucas is going to be short of first down yardage.
They are.
So Hillsdale is going to get the football back. Well done. Penetration there by Jarvis. A couple of the defensive linemen able to really fill that gap. So it'll be a Coleman Club Lambs. First down now for the Falcons. And that's a shot in the arm that they need, though it looks like they don't have a play call in just yet, or maybe missing a player. They are indeed. Waiting for Wade Moody to come out, sophomore lineman.
Now if you're Hillsdale, you have to go no huddle. You're down 28-7, 9 minutes to go against a team that wants to eat the rest of this 9-minute clock the next time they get the ball. You have to go fast. You have to score fast.
They'll begin by putting it into Sloan's hands. Lucas brought some pressure. Weren't fooled.
That's Logan Toms. Meets him in the back. No, that's Grayson Jackson. I'm sorry.
And Hawkinsmith got the first piece of him. It seems like about 80% of the tackles made by Lucas tonight, number 30, has been within a foot or two.
He's always making first contact with the ball carrier and slowing him down to allow those linebackers to make a play.
They'll run it again straight ahead, try the A-gap.
And guess who?
I just assume it at this point.
He shed the right tackle and met the guy in the middle. I mean, untouched. They didn't even touch him.
And the ability to stop on a dime there, too. Now Fickes lines up in the gun, empty set. 2 carries, 2 yards. And on third down, Hawkinsmith collapses the pocket, and it leads to Spitzer with the sack.
This Lucas Cubs defense gave up 21 points to these Hillsdale Falcons in week 2. They've given up 7 here tonight. And I want to say that's their 3rd, maybe even 4th sack of the evening. And it's been Spitzer and Hawkinsmith off of the edges all night long.
Spitzer's got 2. Hawkinsmith with a sack of his own. As it goes down for a loss of 3. 4th and 11 for Fickes. Pump fakes. And now he's got to tuck it. Comes near side. Chucking deep. One-on-one coverage. A little jersey pull.
Yep.
And the flag flies. Had Bennett locked up one-on-one here on the outside with Irby. They attack, and you definitely could see that Irby got a little chunk of the jersey in his left paw.
Little handsy there by Irby, but a big size advantage on that matchup as you've got Irby, who's listed at 5'9", going up against 6-foot Bennett. And that's a great ball after the scramble by Fickes to get outside the tackles. If he had to throw it away, he could have thrown it away. You don't want to do that on 4th down. He threw it up, gave his receiver a chance, and Bennett was almost able to come down with it.
So it gives him a Coleman Club Lambs first down. Just a sophomore, you would love how well placed that ball was for him to bring it in despite the contact, but it will keep the drive alive here for the Falcons. New life. Quick throw to the outside. And the official says he got out of bounds. That's Hayden McFadden with the grab. See the Cubs coaching staff arguing that that was tackled in the field of play.
The momentum was stopped before he got out of bounds. He was pushed, tackled per se, out of bounds. And it's interesting because if you remember back to the first half, when that first half ended while the Cubs were trying to make a drive to score, Logan Toms caught a ball on the sideline that he laid down out of bounds as Fickes is going to throw that ball away. But he caught a ball on the sideline near us, caught it, and went out of bounds with it, catching it. And they kept running the clock.
See instant pressure coming. Hawkinsmith opening things up, and then Keaton Day darting through. He has been a game wrecker tonight. Daniel Hawkinsmith from his right defensive end spot. Here he comes again. Pressure coming. And you could tell Fickes could feel the heat. Facing another 4th down now.
He has 0 time to get a read on the defense and find an open receiver between Spitzer and Hawkinsmith. And now you see Keaton Day coming through the middle the last 2 plays. These Cubs are playing better and better as this game goes along. They're not getting tired. They're getting more energized.
Falcons need 5. Hawkinsmith off the edge. Forces a quick throw. It's into the hands of Sloan. Stutter step. And I don't know.
That's going to depend on the spot. It looks like the far judge has him marked for a first down. This near side guy was a little short. They're going to move the chains and give him a first down.
And you got to credit Owen Sloan for making this happen, the sophomore. Little jitter move and got just enough. So the Falcons living dangerously as they've been able to convert on back-to-back fourth down conversions. Pitch and catch, first down, incomplete. Irby on the coverage. And he knocks it away from Kasdorf.
And other than the one flag he had against him when he got beat, he has done a phenomenal job against these Falcons receivers tonight.
Continuity offensively just hasn't been there for Hillsdale. You talked about early in the game the fact that Lucas, they've been gashed at times in the passing game, but for the season, giving up less than 100 yards per game.
And I think that's based on the competition they played. A lot of teams want to, he's got a man open, little overthrown by Fickes. Looking for Bennett again. But you look at the competition they played. Arlington last week wanted to run the football. Plymouth a few weeks ago wanted to run the football. Clear Fork week 1 wanted to run the football. This Hillsdale team wanted to run the football. If you look at that Lima Central Catholic game, that team threw the football, and they threw it effectively against Lucas because they did it consistently.
Fickes steps, fires this time, complete. Still keeping his feet. And a big run for the first down.
16-yard completion.
Is Hayden McFadden the favorite target all season long? Making a big play down to the 37-yard line. Falcons need to act fast. Clock spinning, 6:45. Quick throw to the outside. Stiff arm and lowering the boom as Bennett gets out of bounds. Pickup of a few on the play.
Like they'll give him 4.
Fighting for extra yardage as he dipped that shoulder pad right into Aiden Culler, creating the contacts. Clock stops though, 6:37 showing.
They're letting Fickes get rid of the ball quick right now, not giving Hawkinsmith and Spittler enough time to even get pressure.
Another completion for McFadden. Turns it upfield inside the red zone. Coleman Clubland, first down. One of the better throws of the night by Jack Fickes. And a solid route from McFadden.
He's going back to his comfort zone of McFadden. That's his 3rd catch on this drive. And the other 2 catches have gone to his backs.
Looks that way here. Now forced out of the pocket. Caudill forces him. And the ball almost forced loose as Hawkinsmith again creating a lot of chaos.
Looked like they wanted a horse collar, I think is what they were asking for. Ooh, almost. I don't think he pulled him back with it. I do think he got his hands inside of the back of the shoulder pad, but he didn't yank him down by it.
And Hawkinsmith going to trot off. I mean, a well-deserved quick little breather. He has not been off the field much tonight. 2nd and 4. Jack almost picked off. Jackson read that one. Receiver never got his head around.
That's twice Jackson's almost jumped a route. Fickes makes the right read, just throws it too soon. I think all those routes on that particular play were going to the end zone to try to get into the end zone. He thought his receiver was going to sit down just a little bit sooner, didn't quite sit down where he thought he was going to, and almost led to a big turnover.
Falcons can get an extra set of downs inside the 6. Fickes flushed, toss in the reach for the end zone. Sloan's in the air. Falcons make it a 2-score game. Huge 12-yard touchdown throw for Jack Fickes. And Owen Sloan able to tap the toes, reach for the pylon, and get him in there. Whistle's going to blow the play dead before it has a chance to start. And I believe this is going to be against Lucas, lined up in the neutral zone. So if the Falcons are interested, maybe go for 2. Puts you on the 1-yard line.
Consider it. I would strongly consider it. But it looks like they're going to leave the kicking unit out.
So this will be A.J. Brown trying to make it a 28-14 game.
Up and good.
So it's 2 scores, 5:22 to go. We'll see if the Falcons come up with an onside kick when we return.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Week 11 heating up just a touch here after the latest touchdown by the Falcons. Owen Sloan from Jack Fickes. And it is 28-14 with 5 minutes, 22 seconds remaining. And Lucas crowding up front. The hands team's in there. And they've got it. Their quarterback squeezing it to get the football back for his offense. And this is where it's danger mode now for the Falcons. And you wonder if they're going to start burning timeouts immediately here on this drive if they can come up and make some nice tackles and force Lucas into like a 2nd and long situation.
I'm going to say, yeah, you'd almost have to force the Cubs. You'd have to get a tackle for loss on 1st or 2nd down to start using those timeouts, because with the way this offense works, they're going to eat clock regardless. 1 first down, 2 first downs almost closes this game out.
They'll put it in the hands of who we think will be our 89 Homes most valuable player. That's Dan Hawkinsmith. And Coach Klein's going to let the clock run here.
A decent stop there. They got back to the line of scrimmage. We'll call it a gain of 0 on that play. No need to use a timeout yet. If you can hold them to a quick 3 and out, get the ball back. Try to keep those timeouts for after you score your next touchdown.
Mammoth play coming up here for the Falcons D. And this one's going to be from the gun. It's going to be Jackson. Burst of speed. And a pickup of 4 here on 2nd down. And again, Coach Klein hanging on to that timeout. And now he'll burn his first. So I will jump over into the comment section as I see a quick score update over at Northmore. It's 37-22. Looks like to start the 4th quarter there. But on our game, yeah, I said that we had an international crowd. If these guys aren't pulling our chain, we've got Vietnam out there, United Kingdom, Chase watching from China. Kurt Pinkley, my guy, haven't seen him in a while. Says sounding good, stream looking good. Keep up the good work. Tyson tuning in from Chicago tonight. The Insane Dame, we are Lucas. And Michael says, go Lucas from Hillsdale.
Interesting.
Yes, it is. And things will get very interesting here if the Falcons can come up with a third down stop. What will Coach Spitzer do here? He is the play caller. Crowded backfield. They try to get the Falcons to jump offside, and I believe they got him again.
I believe they're going to call a false start on caller on the far side of the field.
Let's check it out on the TMS Plus digital marketing replay. See, yeah. Well, it's interesting. I'm going to run it back one more time.
It looked like the D tackle moved before caller did.
So let's see. So, it's basically at the same time. A break here for the Hillsdale Falcons. And then a toss. Toms looking to cement the victory. Here's Logan Toms to the outside. And he's all but done it, folks. First down for the Cubs.
$11 yards. Another first down for the Lucas Cubs. And I mean, who do we expect to run that football other than Logan Toms in a 3rd and 11 situation?
Put the ball in the hands of their senior captain, and he delivers per usual, especially in crunch time and money time. There's Jarvis, frustrated, thought that they had it. Him and Bennett having a conversation as the senior Braylon does not want his season to end here, especially not at home. But they come up with a nice tackle there.
It looks like they're going to get a deal for a loss of one in the backfield.
Well done by the Falcons defense to converge. Brady Heller got him down low. Makes it 2nd and long after the loss.
And this Falcons defense, I know the numbers, when we do stats at the end of this game, the numbers are going to say otherwise. But they have played very, very well tonight, other than 3 big plays.
Can't disagree with that. Inside give Toms. The patience, the vision. To the 25, or make it the 35-yard line.
Hillsdale's going to use another timeout.
Give me a chance to throw a shout-out to our generous sponsors, helping out, bringing you live and free coverage tonight. How about Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank? Fickes Furniture, it is Christmas in October. 10% off all special orders, up to 20% off in-stock items. 89 homes and building improvements, building homes, earning trust since 1979. Simonson Construction Services, Inc. From concept to completion, they can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. And Spitzer Motors of Mansfield, home of the Spitzer Shield, shielding you from the unexpected on all purchases. Order a new vehicle exactly the way you want it, even if it's not in stock. And a thank you to Bill Zerzo and the TMS Plus digital marketing team. Digital marketing for local businesses. So they forced a 3rd and 5 situation, has the Hillsdale defense. However, they burn their final timeout. As the Cubs will motion, and they'll put Toms back there in that wildcat look. Jackson to his left, and they're going to run it that side. Toms has to hurdle a defender and just gets planted by Jarvis for a loss of 1. 4th down coming up. And Hawkinsmith a bit slow to get up. No surprise, though. I mean, who's been more physical than Dan Hawkinsmith tonight? He's been involved in a lot of collisions and didn't even notice the flag.
I believe it's going to be a hold, blocking the back. Yep.
Run the replay one more time, see if we can identify.
Right there.
Yep, looked like it's on
Zach
Deal.
Toms was already around that corner. Really no need for that block by Deal.
And now an interesting predicament. Do you make it 4th down? Do you back him up? Because that'll allow Lucas to take a little bit more time off the clock.
If you back him up, you're allowing them to take at least 25 more seconds off the clock. If you make it 4th down, you're making them make a decision, and they are going to back them up.
So they'll do third down all over again. As the Falcons down by a couple of scores, need a stop and a mini miracle, or their season will come to a close. 8-2 in the regular season. Their only 2 losses against Norwayne and Downton. Downton considered a heavy favorite potentially to win this Region 25.
Absolutely they are.
Danville probably going to have something to say, but how do you count out Lucas in the equation from what we've seen?
Those 3 teams are – they're going to throw the ball.
Oh,
he's hit.
The ball is loose. Braden Spittler able to fall on top of it. A little bit stunned that Lucas went for the pass.
Did not expect that at all. Are they going to call that? I believe they're going to call that an incomplete pass.
Certainly helps out the Falcons' cause because it'll stop the clock, make it 4th down, and what a hit there from Braylon Jarvis. Let's run this back one more time. I mean, this is Crunch City. Boom.
It's a great job by Jarvis to get in the backfield, but caller's in the punt, and he'll flip the field pretty well. I think that was, don't want to say partially blocked, but boy, there was a lot of pressure in Caller's face there on that punt.
It was either that or affected the kick. Slow this down for you guys. I don't think it was tipped, but the pressure just enough to force that one off the side of Aiden Culler's foot, and with 2:30 to go, this is what heroes can be made of. Jack Fickes, are you that guy for Hillsdale in 2023?
He's shown he's got the ability with his arm to do it. Are they going to let him try to do it is the question.
65 yards of green in between he and Pay Dirt. Flips it out. Owen Sloan, big move, first down. Clock will stop. Another Coleman Club Lambs first down. And this is where Hillsdale now, with no timeouts, you got to get up to the line of scrimmage quickly. You see the hand signals. Falcons with trips to the right side. Fickes moving the pocket that way. He unloads, and Jarvis reaches for the boundary. He's out. Big play.
Big play. Great job by Jarvis to allow his momentum to keep carrying him out of bounds instead of trying to turn that upfield.
And that's Winters, who tried to keep him in the field of play. Went down as a pickup of 7. Now north of midfield for Fickes in the offense. Sloan's going to stay in there. Single back, 2 receivers to each side. Jack looking left, launches that way. One-on-one coverage, nearly a great snare out of the air, but it's incomplete. Kasdorf, the intended target again. He's been busy.
Kasdorf listed on the roster at 6'2", going against 5'9" Irby for the Cubs there, and he almost went up and made a phenomenal catch. Now, I will say this, it might be beneficial for the Falcons that he did not come down with that, because a tag was made instantly because they're on the ground and he's still in bounds. Low snap.
Fickes looking to break the pocket almost immediately. He's going to tuck it, run near side, forced out of bounds.
By guess who?
None other than Daniel Hawkinsmith. The junior has been all over the place tonight. And it looks like Fickes only picked up 2. So it'll be 4th down and 1. And this is a tough situation because, of course, got to move the chains to pick it up. Do you put it on the ground? It stops the clock if you pick up that first down.
Do you put it on the ground and then hurry up back to the line? Do you let Fickes get it with his legs and get out of bounds? What's the play call?
Just 3-man rush, quick pass, incomplete. And that should all but do it, folks. Color there on the coverage. And a disappointing finish to this drive for the Falcons, as that ball just a little bit out in front of the intended target, McFadden.
I'm actually pleasantly surprised that they did not put that ball on the ground there to get the 1 yard, keep the drive going. Instead, now you've given it to the Cubs with no timeouts. 1:56 on the clock. I'd say they need 1 first down.
So the gamble does not pay off for Hillsdale. That's Toms trudging forward. He'll pick up 4 on a first down play. Drop down at the 49-yard line.
Hillsdale had 1 left, apparently.
Oh, I thought they used them all. Well, it allows me to dive one last time into the comment section. And I see not a lot going on over on YouTube, so I'm going to fly back over to Facebook. Let me pull it up on my phone here. And we see 100 comments. All right. Cody McNeely, let's go Cubbies. Ed, Denise Finley, hey, how y'all doing out there? Dan the Man, MVP. I don't think there's any question. Kim Reen says time to play hard, Cubbies. Prevent them from scoring. They just did. Zane Finley, not surprised. Cubs know how to win in the playoffs. He would know a thing or two about that. Cody McNeely again, once a Cub, always a Cub. Cubs are like 4 plays from being undefeated, according to Robert Daly. He ain't wrong. Like, this is, how many times did we hear Travis Berardi say they're the best 1-loss team, the best 2-loss team, the best 3-loss team in Division 7? Making a statement here tonight.
No doubt in my mind, they are the best 3-loss team in Division 7. The competition that they play year in and year out, being independent, as they're going to move the ball 5 yards on another Hillsdale penalty. 2nd and 1 now. First down again closes this game out as Hillsdale's now out of timeouts.
You would imagine Dan Hawkinsmith going to be involved here. He'll be the lead blocker as Toms, well over 100 yards tonight, picks up one last Coleman Club Lambs first down.
On his 21st carry of the evening.
And I think that's the perfect number for Logan Toms. You want to get him at least 20 touches. You don't want to abuse and overuse him because he's so widely utilized in special teams, defensively, of course. So I think the execution, the game plan for Lucas here on the road, you definitely got to applaud the coaching staff. I think they came out here and they did pretty much what they wanted to, Josh.
Yeah, they've done everything they wanted to from the snap. We talked about it. They came out, you know, Hillsdale had a really good opening drive. Took care of business on the opening drive. And then this Lucas Cubs team just said, you had your shot. We gave you your limelight. Now we're going to come in and we're going to dominate you on your home field. And we're not going to look back.
Instead, Lucas looking forward now to Week 12 after one last kneel down. And a potential date with those Downton Bulldogs.
Would that be fun to watch?
So Lucas will walk out of here 28-14 victors. Hillsdale wraps up their season at 8-3 overall. The Cubs improve to that exact record as they will advance into the regional quarterfinals. We'll step aside and be back with our Fickes Furniture postgame show that will include an interview with our 89 Homes most valuable player. That's going to be Daniel Hawkinsmith. Keep it here with us. Our live and free coverage from Jeromesville returns after a quick commercial timeout.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
It's back!
Down the street, our prices are really sweet. You'll save big all October. Don't delay, just hurry.
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is Panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500s during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
We're back now with our most valuable player, brought to you by 89 Homes, building homes and earning trust. And this gentleman right here could have built a home with all the big plays he made tonight. Daniel Hawkinsmith, big touchdown run and an absolute disruptor on defense. Let's begin just with the victory, though, and how satisfying it feels to come back on this home turf where you lost in week 2, get some retribution.
Yeah, I think it was good for the team as a whole to come back here and play the way we did, but Hillsdale, as always, great program. Had a hard week of preparation for this. Have a lot of respect for these guys and what they do. And they've beat us. All of our games have been low-scoring games against them, and they've held us and have a great defense, great offense, and all-around good people. So it's just nice to play against them, and it's a good challenge and a good way to make our best better for the coming weeks. So
defensively, it felt like you were in a groove right from the very beginning. How did it feel through your eyes, winning matchups time after time and putting a lot of pressure, not just on Jack Fickes in the passing game, but also a disruptor in the running attack?
It felt good, but like I said, they got me a couple of times, and a couple of times Fickes went inside when I went outside and stuff like that. So they're a really good team. They had some good blocks on me. So
arguably the 2 biggest plays of the game came in a 3-play stretch. Let's first talk about that big 88-yard touchdown run. I believe a career high for you in terms of length of the run. Let's start just with that play. What did you see? How did it all go down?
O-line blocked great on it. Center opened up like it's supposed to, and I just took off down the middle of the field like Coach told me to, and great blocking by the O-line. So.
And then 2 plays later, after building up the lead to 14-0, you get that strip sack. That was a huge, huge play. What did you see there?
Just saw him work out outside of the tackle there and got a hold of him and try to break it down, but that's it. Let's try to strip it from him.
Well, Lucas Cubs, when you get into postseason, you've had a lot of success during your career moving on to Week 12. I imagine this was part of the plan all along, so you hate to say business as usual, but I got to say that this probably for you feels like another win, another check mark, and as expected, right?
Yeah, we just got to keep moving on. Got a good matchup, great matchup next week, one of the best teams in Division 7, so have to have another hard week of practice and really put in a lot of work this week to have an outcome that we want in that game because, like I said, all praise to that program. They beat us once already, and they're looking good again this year. So
yeah, let's look forward to that Downton matchup and just how much you're looking forward to that potential showdown.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Hopefully, big matchup, probably the biggest of my life ever playing in varsity. So.
Well, Daniel Hawkinsmith, an unbelievable performance on both sides of the football tonight. You are due many shout-outs, sir. Look into that camera. Give as many as you want.
Shout out to my mom and dad, my brother, my grandpa, my coaches for coaching me and making me who I am. For all those people pushing me every single day of my life, giving me motivation, and all of them. Thank all of them. Thank God for giving me the ability and athletics to play this game and the great privilege to live in this country. So.
A gentleman whose middle name is literally Lucas, putting the city on his back tonight, our 89 Homes MVP.
It's back!
Down our street, our prices are really sweet. You'll save big all October. Don't delay, just hurry over
to Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is Panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500s during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Back here with our Fickes Furniture post-game show. It's a 28-14 victory for the Lucas Cubs tonight on the road and getting a little bit of revenge. And Daniel Hawkins-Smith wouldn't go as far as to say that. Very complimentary of the program that Hillsdale had, as he should. He's coached very well by Scott Spitzer to say all the right things, but I think that they probably, when they saw this matchup, felt like first, we should have got a home game, and then second, you know what, let's go get these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. The first thing that went to these kids' head, and I talked on it pregame, they earned a home game with the schedule that they played,
You thought.
and they were denied that. They got to come to a place that they lost week 2, and not just win tonight, but when you see the stats we're going to talk about, they dominated both sides of the ball tonight. Offensively, defensively, special teams. I mean, this was an all-around complete football game by the Lucas Cubs.
Well, let's not beat around it. Let's go ahead and dive into these final stats brought to you by Fickes Furniture. And, that's a big number, 391 on the ground for Lucas and the three-headed monster all getting it done. Grayson Jackson didn't have to do a ton, but fabulous lead blocking and really some special performances from Hawkins-Smith, and certainly, Logan Toms a big piece too.
Absolutely. We talked about Logan Toms pregame being our player spotlight. Averages 124 a game on the ground. He goes 21 carries, 181 yards tonight with 2 touchdowns. Hawkins-Smith goes 7 carries for 118 yards. Zach Deal gets in on the touchdown action with like a 3-yard run in the third quarter. He goes 14 carries for 73 yards. So they have 3 backs that almost eclipse 100 yards. They don't have to throw the ball. Grayson Jackson doesn't have to run the ball. They're one of the most dangerous teams in Division 7, and boy, is it going to be fun next week.
No question about it. And you heard Hawkins-Smith. I mean, he's well aware, like, they're going to have to play probably the best game of their careers collectively to come out with a win as they will advance into Week 12 and get that clash with Downton, the number 1 seed. They'll have to go on the road, and those Bulldogs, a team that went to the Final Four last year, a lot of folks penciling them in to at least the regional championship already. But Lucas, no pushover, 10 straight years in the postseason, and the way that they've been playing down the stretch, 8 wins in their last 9. Saw a comment come in, they're about 3 plays away from being undefeated this season. That should be one heck of a matchup in a quarterfinal. Come on.
Yeah, it's a quarterfinal. That's a regional final matchup right there. I mean, that's 2 teams that consistently are getting to regional semis, regional finals the last 10 years. And like we said, Lucas ends up in a situation this year playing the teams that they played, playing Lima Central Catholic, losing week 2 to this Hillsdale team, getting upset week 1 by what we thought was going to be a very talented Clear Fork team until they had some injuries. Now they're in a situation where they've got to play what's arguably the best team in Division 7 other than Marion Local, who's always good.
Facts.
In the regional quarterfinal.
Yeah, tough matchup for them. And go ahead and put a bow on the season for Hillsdale, 8-2. They competed valiantly in the WCAL outside of those top 2 teams, of course. So I think that they're going to be a little bit disappointed, Josh, but again, another solid season for Coach Klein coming back to his alma mater and leading them to more success.
Yeah, Coach Klein doing everything the school has asked him to do. They have a beautiful new facility.
Yep.
They're going to continue to build this program. And you and I talked about this game relied on 3 big plays for the Cubs. Logan Toms has a 36-yard run. Hawkins-Smith has the 88-yard run. And then to really close it off, Toms goes in on 1 play from 44 yards in the fourth quarter. Other than that, this Hillsdale team played a very, very good football game tonight. They just couldn't get anything going offensively against this Cubs defense.
So their season wraps up at 8-3. Lucas moves to 8-3, and they will move on to week number 12. That is going to wrap up our coverage as we got to get back for the final edition of the Friday Night Pigskin this year, the Week 11 edition. A lot of highlights coming up your way. Cannot wait to break down all the action and show you who the matchups potentially are going to be coming up in Week 12. One last thank you to all of our generous sponsors combining to bring you live and free coverage. No paywalls ever here on the OH Report. That's what we're all about, working for you, the community, so that you can watch out there and never, ever have to pay a nickel out of pocket. We are here for you, the fans, and your communities. But for Joshua Banks and our awesome camera guy, Jeremy Peoples, we're going to be signing out tonight from Jeromesville. Final score one last time, 28-14. Lucas, the win here on the road. So long, everybody.